Welcome to Musty Millennials. Today, we're stepping up to the plate and talking about the legendary baseball movies that had us dreaming of Little League Grand Slams in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. From Major League to Rookie of the Year, Angels in the Outfield to Mr. Big League, and There's No Crying in Baseball to You're Killing Me, Smalls. We'll explore the films that made us believe in the magic of America's pastime, even if we sucked at baseball. These unforgettable classics left an undeniable mark on our generation. Speaking of unforgettable classics, let's send it over to our hosts. Here they are, Geena and Kyle.
Speak for yourself. I was very good at baseball.
I know. I kind of teed you up on that one.
I was
Pun intended.
I'm also lame. I'm also not going to talk about all of those, just to be clear.
That's fine.
Didn't see...
Don't you love Brandon's addendum at the end, though, when he calls out all your mystery search?
He's going to be all over me because what were the two... So I didn't
Mr.
do
Big
Major
League,
which I've seen Major League, but it wasn't like core to me, and I can't like tell
And you weren't a kid.
It.
Like, I wasn't allowed to watch it until...
Well, it's rated R. It's an adult movie.
Okay,
no, it was Mr. Big League.
Mr. Big League. What's
I don't
that?
even know what that is.
The kid's grandfather dies and lets his grandson run the team, and he's like 14 years old.
Oh,
honestly, great premise.
Cool.
Well,
really
it's basically
premise.
Rookie of the Year, except like owner
Rookie of the
version.
Year is incredible.
Yeah.
Rookie of the Year
and
is on my
Sandlot
list.
are like the top two.
Yes.
No, Angels in the Outfield.
Angels in the
might be
Outfield?
my number one.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love Angels in the
It
Outfield.
was. Let's not get into it. I have so much to say.
Oh,
I
the
don't
one you
think
didn't
we're gonna
see
be
was
able to-
Field of Dreams.
Oh, I never saw Field
But that
of
was
Dreams.
also an adult one, too.
Did you see Field of Dreams?
I've seen it, but I thought it was boring.
I've
It's
never
too
seen it.
emotional. I want, like, kid stuff.
Yeah, I've never seen it. Also,
It's, like, too highbrow.
But real quick, can we talk about that you were actually good at baseball?
I was fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'm being like too pompous.
No, she was almost too good that it, like, wasn't cool.
Well, so here's the thing. Actually, we'll get into this when we talk about A League of Their Own. But you know how they're baseball players, not softball players?
Yes.
Like, I played baseball for way too long. Like, it wasn't
With the boys.
appropriate anymore. It was
Right.
me and this girl, Natalie Spino, who was gorgeous. So, like, the two of us were, like, misfits, but not because we were good.
Right.
So
Talk
it
about
was
your home run
weird.
derby.
I made this kid cry that went on to play professional baseball.
It's one of the high marks of your baseball career.
I know. I use it as my fun fact a lot. Actually, we were doing an offsite at work, and all the like senior male leaders were there, and we did like bingo, which was essentially like share a fun fact about one of the people in the room. So I did my fun fact, which was I did a home run derby, and I beat this kid that ended up being in the major leagues for like a minute. He wasn't good.
Cup of coffee.
He shall not be named. But, and he cried, and he was a little bitch about it. And so anyway, we said that fun fact at the offsite, and no one in their right mind thought it was me because everyone assumed it was a man.
Yeah, of course.
So it was the best like sleeper fun fact. And so I just like mic dropped, you know? We had to get to it. Okay. What's your feel old this week? You go first.
We've talked about this one before, but when I call you or my sister and the kids want to talk to me and it's on the actual phone and they're like, I want to show this to Kyle, and you guys have to explain like 16 times, like, no, she's on the phone, but you can't see her.
Well, and they stare at the interface
Yes.
and they're like pressing buttons looking for your face.
Yes.
I'm like, do you not understand the concept of a phone, dummies?
No, they don't.
They just assume
Isn't it
everything
crazy?
is FaceTime.
Everything is FaceTime, which is really funny. And like Freya will hold things up repeatedly, and Allie's like, "Get out of here!" Like she's not here. I was like, just change it to FaceTime. Like, let's just FaceTime because it's easier.
At this rate, we might as well only FaceTime.
Yes.
But imagine when we're in the world where everything's like holograms. They won't. FaceTime will seem antiquated at some point.
Yes, absolutely. But you can always see someone's face. That's what I think is really funny, is that the expectation that that's how you communicate when it's long distance, where we came from was like rotary phones.
Literally, call
It's
your
just
phone.
like a
Rotary
really
phones.
huge swing.
Yeah, that is a really good one.
and it's really
My
funny.
kids do it a lot. And with you in particular, they want to show you a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
They do it to my parents too. When they'll call, they'll be talking to them as if they can see them. And then no one kind of says anything for a while. And I'm like, guys, are we going to tell them that we're not on FaceTime, or are we just going to keep
We're just going to ignore it. Or like in the car and they can hear my voice and they're like, look at this, Kiki. And I'm like, no, I physically cannot.
Right. And also we're driving. It's not safe.
No, and there is to that point, there is a time when it's like, I just want to like talk to Geena on the phone.
Right,
I don't
like,
need
get
to
'em
fucking
outta
see
here.
her face.
Get them out. No,
So-
but also like the kids can just be gone.
Right, but I choose. Like if I want to see your kids or I want to see you, I'll ask, like I'll do the FaceTime. That will be the intention.
Totally.
But sometimes it just warrants a phone call, and I don't think kids understand that. Like are they going to be exclusively FaceTiming?
Honestly, I could see it.
Like you always
also,
see someone else's
I don't
face when you call them. I don't
when
need
you're,
that.
Gross in the morning.
Yeah, like if I just woke up, like
I
phone
still
call.
like you, but I don't want to see you.
No, and I don't want to be seen.
Right, as you shouldn't.
Yeah. So
Okay,
I
feel we need to take a stand.
I know.
Is what I'm. Okay, let's teach these bitches a lesson.
Just use the earpiece.
Yeah.
Earpiece only at these times.
Very good. Okay, mine is kind of like other ones that we've had where just like where people are in their life reminds you of how old you are. Yeah. So like this is not novel, but we went to we were in Pittsburgh a couple weeks ago now, but I didn't share this last time because there was so many things that made me feel old on that trip that I didn't have the time and space. So I'll be reverting back to it. We went to this like family event and there were these like teenagers there and I'm like, oh, hello. Like, assuming I don't know them. They were my fucking flower girls. One of them had a nose ring that was like the bull.
You're lying.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God, you're fucking adult. They don't even know me. I'm like, you were in so many pictures at my wedding. Yeah. Right? And like,
you're like in my home.
You're grown-ass adults.
With a nose ring. That's scary.
That's what made me feel like really old, where I was like finding myself being like, oh, kids these days and their piercings. Yeah. Like, but also like it's kind of a cool piercing. I wouldn't particularly have it myself, but she's a grown up.
Yeah, that's freakish.
She's going to college next year, I think, right?
Yep.
What?
She's a junior.
So she wasn't an actual, so there's 3 of them. 2 of them were flower girls and officially like walked down. And then she was a little bit older, but she handed out the programs. So she was part of the wedding. She just wasn't a flower girl. So she was older, but not that old.
No, that's crazy.
No, I almost introduced myself. Like, hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you were my flower girl.
I remember when she was born.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is
and I
crazy.
like went there because I was home for college or whatever. And I went there and like was holding her. I like remember that day.
No, that's weird. Yeah. And now she has a nose ring.
Now she's 17 with a nose ring.
And she's like cool. Like, whoa. Cooler than me. That's for sure.
Well,
I always did want a nose ring. The bull one feels like a little bit too like edgy for me, but
yeah,
I
you definitely can't pull that off.
Stutterooski.
Yeah, you and my sister want one, and I'm like, no,
I know.
It's not
Everyone
1996.
tells me no, but I want
Absolutely
one.
not. Allie does too, and I'm like, please don't.
I'm gonna tell her to do it. We're gonna hype each other up.
Ugh.
Anyway, Brandon, what made you feel old?
Work trips. I used to enjoy the city. I'd go to, go out, grab some beers, get a feel for the city, the culture, the vibes, like really take it all in. Mm-hmm. Not anymore. I was in Charleston, which is like one of my favorite cities. And I think I was in bed.
I've never been there. I need to go.
Oh, Charleston's awesome. But anyway, I was in bed by like 8:30, 8:45. You and I chatted on the phone for a little. I was sleeping by like 9:30. Slept until 6:30.
So embarrassing.
It is.
What day of the week was this?
Wednesday. Huh. Or Thursday.
Charleston, I feel like is hopping though.
Yeah, totally. Hopping, Grandma?
Hopping. Hopping.
My mom used to say, whoa, it's hopping here. And
the kids
like,
are
calm down, Lisa.
Hopping around.
That is a little bit depressing because my brother, who is, he's in his 30s now, but he's, 8 years younger than you?
He also doesn't have kids.
Yeah,
he doesn't have kids.
Like,
he's single. So, but that is the difference is like he goes to all these places and he's like, oh yeah, let's go out for, beers, like whatever. And every once in a while he's like, I'm tired and I can't, but most of the time he gets talked out of that. Mm-hmm. And then you get old enough to be like, I just have to stick with my guns here and go to bed.
It also depends who you're with though. Were you alone?
Well, I met Tyler, which we talked about on the last pod or 2 pods ago. But I met Tyler and then the 23-year-old that I called young man.
Oh yeah, so you are a loser. Because you had people that you could go out
you
with.
proved it.
It's easier when you're alone.
In a great city. It wasn't like you were in like Milwaukee.
I know, but I had zero desire. Like I had one beer while we ate dinner, and then I was like, I'm done. I want to go back. And
also,
lay
you
down.
have the bed to yourself. Your kids aren't going to wake you up. It's
dream.
like, enjoy that.
Dark room, crank the AC.
Oh, no.
Sleep.
I hate that.
Slept like naked? A baby.
I just want to know, like, what are you doing over there? I wish you were naked in a random city that isn't here. Yes.
How'd you know?
Tell me more about what I want.
Yeah.
Okay. We have so much to talk about. We need to like get after it.
I know.
Let's do it.
Okay. I am going to tell you all the movies I want to talk about. Okay. I have an order I would like to go in, but I'm open to different. Okay. I'm open to feedback.
Okay, cool.
Do you see that?
Yes.
Unlike you with the quiz, I'm open to feedback.
Wow. Okay. What a shot. You did.
So here's the order that I would go in if it were up to me. Angels in the Outfield, which is my favorite. So I'm also open to ending with a bang.
Yep.
Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
Probably tied for second with A League of Their Own for me.
Okay.
And I know this is probably controversial. I love this movie, but it is not in my top 2, The Sandlot.
Yes.
Sandlot's really good.
It's so good, but it doesn't make me like warm and fuzzy like the
Angels in
others.
the Outfield ahead of Sandlot is kind of criminal.
No,
in my
it's
opinion.
not. Not as like a young girl watching Angels in the Outfield. It just felt like that was the perfect blend of a baseball movie I can get behind. I loved Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who was the kid at the time.
Great.
Yeah.
Did you remember that it was him?
Yes.
I did actually. Usually these like kids in these movies, they become
It's like, oh my God, that's them.
like a memory, but
Yeah.
you don't realize who they are as adults. Him, I like followed along. So I loved him. And there was like fantasy, but not in a weird way, in like an inspiring way. And the flap your wings when the angels are here is so, it like literally
Yeah.
makes me tingle.
I tear up as an
It's
adult watching this movie, which I have because
Perfection.
Allie showed it to my niece and nephews because my brother used to be so obsessed with this movie when he was a kid. He would stand like literally 6 inches from the TV and walk, like lean back and forth
Stop
with his
it.
mitt on. And then so we
Is
would
he
go out.
autistic?
No, and then we would, and it was a blue plastic mitt and he was like 2 years old. And then we would go
So
outside and
sweet.
play like catch or something.
Yeah.
And he would do it
Call
in
for the
slow-mo.
angels. No.
So he would always, and my dad was like, there's something wrong with our son. And it was
Wait.
because he was emulating the slow-mo catch
that's
from Angels
so
in the Outfield.
funny.
And he was like, he never catches anything. He
But it's,
does
like,
it really slow.
intentional.
Yeah, because he was emulating the movie because we used to watch that movie every day. It
So
was so funny.
Can you tee up for people who haven't seen it?
Yeah, so let's go back.
Yeah. I mean,
So the-
Danny Glover, Tony Danza.
So am I teeing it up or are you?
Danny
Just trying to
Glover
get
and
clear.
Tony Danza and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Okay, you're gonna
Powerhouse
cast.
cast.
Okay, you're gonna be shocked at who two random actors are in this movie. They're like, I think, outfielders. Like you wouldn't even notice.
Okay.
Do you know?
No, I don't know.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Matthew McConaughey
What?
is a random ass
Yes.
outfielder. He wasn't even in Dazed and Confused yet. He's not famous yet. He's a random outfielder. And this one is weird just given like the type of career he had. Where is it? I think it's Adrian Brody.
Whoa.
Like the
Yes,
pianist.
you're
He's
right.
another rando outfielder.
This
my
was
God.
this was 1994.
Isn't that crazy?
that is crazy.
Okay, so plot summary is I don't remember why, but he's like a foster kid. But he knows his dad because his dad had said to him at some point, like, our family will be back together when the Angels win the pennant.
Yeah.
That was like the thing.
Yes.
And I don't remember the circumstances of why he wasn't with his family or whatever, but
Yeah.
that was the thing that he anchored to. And so he literally prays to God
Yeah.
that the Angels win the pennant.
Yeah.
And so, as a result, God sends some angels down
Yes.
to help the baseball team, the Angels, win the pennant. And as a young kid who was like super into baseball, weirdly, as we discussed,
Yeah.
this was like a dream come true.
Right.
It was so cool. So, number one, it resonated with kids because it was like a baseball movie, but also like use your imagination. It had the iconic like flap your arms stuff that like people took forward, and they aired it a lot.
Yeah.
Which is why I think it meant so much because it's one of those things that just like washes over you over and over and over again. The other thing,
Wasn't the lead angel Christopher Lloyd?
Yeah. But he was already famous from Back to the Future. So
right.
he was like a really iconic actor at
Right.
the time. And people knew him. And then, like I said, they had Joseph Gordon-Levitt leading, who wasn't obviously super famous because he was a kid, but became. And then Matthew McConaughey. And Danny Glover was the manager, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And he was like a really good character as
Right,
well.
but he was the one who had like the arc of like he was like kind of the ornery we're losing team, and this young kid like made him believe only because the kid
He didn't believe. He was like a grumpy
yeah
old
he was
manager.
a grumpy guy,
yeah.
and then by the end he was like, oh, so this whole movie is about like believing, and this little kid was the only one who could see the angels.
Right.
And he was
Wasn't
like,
there-
do this, and he was like every time he would be like validated because the angels were telling him what to do.
Here's what happened. So he prayed for the Angels to win. Then he starts seeing the Angels, and he tells Danny Glover somehow that the Angels are literally in the outfield with them. And then Danny Glover is skeptical, but then they start winning, and he brings him in like a good luck charm.
Yeah.
I don't know how he gets close enough to tell him that.
But remember, they got those tickets that were close, and the boys were really excited. It was like they were like two orphan
Him and his
kids.
little friend.
Him and his little friend, and they luckily
Did they catch
got
a ball or something?
Yeah, and then they were really close to the dugout. That's what happened because they used to get nosebleeds, and they like struck gold and got these close tickets.
Right.
I don't
think
remember
Danny
how
Glover
that was. Though.
recognized the kid almost like talking to the angel or something, communicating.
Oh yeah, he kept seeing him talking to the angel
Well,
too.
eventually he started making decisions based on what the Angels were telling Roger.
Yeah.
So Roger would be like, take this person out.
Yeah.
Or like
give this pitcher another chance. Like he can do it.
Totally.
And then the angel will be like behind the ball.
Yeah. And like that is such an iconic moment when the angel is behind the ball into the glove, like a zoom.
Yeah.
He comes up behind him and just goes flying at full speed.
It's so good. Honestly, that movie might be one it's on Disney Plus.
Is it McConaughey that gets carried to catch the ball? One of the guys gets carried a long way in the outfield.
I don't remember faces. I just remember them being in the outfield.
Might be right.
And like
Dermot Mulroney's in it too.
Is he? Mm-hmm. I confuse him with the other one. There's two of them.
Roger's dad.
Two Dermots?
Oh, you're right. He is his dad. He's the guy from My Best Friend's Wedding.
Oh, you mean he's the same guy in My Best Friend's Wedding, not there's two Dermots. Yeah. Okay. Because I don't want to say Dermot anymore. I'm really sorry, Dermot Mulroney, but like I don't know how people
Dermot
call you that.
Is Dermot a word?
It sounds like
the more we say it, it sounds gross.
It sounds like a noise. That's disgusting. Dermot.
Who says, "Oh, this baby's so beautiful. I want to name them Dermot"?
Yeah, little baby Dermot.
I've never met a Dermot.
No, just that one.
Okay. Anyway, so I would say that is the one that had the most lasting impact on me, which is why
me too.
I think
I remember
that
the best.
It stands out the most. And I looked up, because I love this angle, what were scandals tied to any of these movies, just like as we were growing up, things we either would have realized as we were growing up or went over our head. Angels in the Outfield is pristine.
Yes, it is pristine.
There's
nothing wrong with that movie.
There is not a single scandal outside of like the actual movie, and everyone in it is pretty clean. The only thing that comes up is that McConaughey like got into some antics in the 2000s, which is later, because he was like arrested for disturbing the peace, and he's like the most tainted of any of them, and he's not even.
But he's
tainted.
also Matthew McConaughey.
That's what I'm saying.
So no one gives a shit.
He can just be like smelly and whatever he is.
No, that movie holds up.
Perfect blend of like a little bit of magic, and it's a baseball movie.
Yes.
Just no blemishes.
Yeah.
This film was not the only connection between Disney and the Angels. 2 years after the film's release, the Walt Disney Corporation bought the Angels and owned the team until 2003.
Whoa. Fun fact.
Walt Disney was one of the Angels' original board members.
Oh, that makes sense why they picked the Angels, aside from the fact that
the story helps the storyline.
Story.
Yeah.
But honestly,
imagine doing Yankees and just having like these old
Angels with the Yankees in the outfield doesn't ring as much.
No, it doesn't.
That's actually like Rookie of the Year made the Cubs more like beloved at the time because of how the Cubs were so likable and like kind of down and out underdogs.
Yes,
and
people
actually,
love an underdog.
I was gonna say Angels in the Outfield is an underdog.
It's an underdog story too,
and that's why people love it. And like I said, Joseph Gordon-Levitt was a cute ass kid.
He was a cute ass kid.
He just like made me want to like be on his team.
I know.
I don't know why. And honestly, as an adult, he still has the charm.
Yeah,
he's
does.
not like good looking, but he's likable, and I don't even know him.
It's
and I
very
like
endearing.
Him. Why do I like him?
I don't know.
10 Things I Hate About You.
Maybe that could have been what cemented it.
Inception. Then he started doing these adult films, and it just felt weird. It was like you should just do like.
No, I
kid
kind
films.
of love him in every format.
Yeah,
like bring it on, baby.
Leslie Nielsen was the first choice to play the manager, but he was busy with Naked Gun.
No,
who's Leslie Nielsen?
Danny Glover was the perfect choice.
Yeah,
Danny Glover was really good
because he's also good at being like angry old man with a heart of gold. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like he's totally got that vibe.
And then after Tony Danza signed on, he persuaded his old Taxi cast member Christopher Lloyd to take the role.
Wait, what was Tony Danza's role?
He was the player who was like struggling.
Yeah,
He was like one of the main guys.
Yeah, he was the pitcher who was having a hard time and was getting
that's who I
older
was
and he was
thinking
about
of.
to retire and
he was like Gary Busey from Rookie of the Year.
I think that's
So
what you were
actually,
conflating.
Gary Busey is one of the scandals that comes along.
You think?
Yeah.
He's
Shock to the nation.
disgusting. Okay, so should we go to Rookie of the Year? This is actually a nice little segue.
Yep.
So
Yes.
the plot of Rookie of the Year, which I think this is the plot I remember the most.
Oh, the best.
You know what I mean? I don't know why.
All of these I remember pretty well, and I have a terrible memory. Like when we talk about certain things, I don't remember shit. All of these movies I remember.
Why
really
are they
well.
implanted so deeply?
I don't know, because we burned them out. Like,
I think it's the rewatch.
yeah, and I mean, you would rewind those movies. I used to when I was a kid, and I'm sure your kids do it because my nieces and nephews do it, where I'll watch the same movie twice in a day if I just fucking love it.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll watch it every day for a week, 2 weeks, whatever it is,
Just
and then
on repeat.
and then it'll get out of rotation, and then I'll come back to it and do the exact same thing.
See, this is why The Sandlot is not my number 1, 2, or 3, because The Sandlot I never feel good about watching again, but I'm always happy I watched it when I'm done.
Yeah.
Like it kind of feels like a big undertaking. These, it feels like I'm not watching. It feels like
I
I'm
know.
living it.
I know.
Sandlot, I remember it's a movie. Like,
Well, there was a
something
couple
about
things
it.
that made me anxious. I didn't like the dog when I was a kid.
The
'cause I
dog was
scared.
horrible.
And then the dad I didn't, or the stepdad I didn't like.
Yeah, there was
so
almost
there was
like
a couple
dark
moments where
element.
I was like, ugh, I hate that.
Yes.
So there were scenes that I wanted to skip where I didn't really feel like that in the other ones.
But if you think about it, Angels in the Outfield is touching on topics like fucking foster kids. That's so sad.
yes, but they did it in a way that was like with the
Uplifting.
Angels. Yeah.
Yeah, and like lots of God happening.
Yes.
Also, there was something I saw. I was like, when people look back, because you know how we're like re-examining how everything landed at the time, and there's actually something with Sandlot that I'll get to that really annoys me that people are now like upset about. We'll come back to that. But with Angels in the Outfield, millennials that watch it back as adults say they kind of don't remember it in the way that they see it today, which is like a lot of God shit. We're more sensitive to people like pushing God on us because
Yeah.
we're so PC. So like people that watch it now are like, oh, like this would not be as cool now because there's like so much Christianity, which is ridiculous.
I think that's insane.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Because it's like
the
just
eye
the
roll
angels.
bullshit.
Like, who cares?
Yeah, but he prays to God for them.
One time he prays to God, and then the angels come in and talk about the angels.
What about the little Jews watching the movie? What do you say to them?
It's a fictional movie. There
I'm
aren't
just
angels
telling
coming to
you
help a baseball
what the
team.
PC fucking police are gonna
Yeah,
say.
they suck.
I disagree.
Yeah.
So okay, Rookie of the Year. He's 12 years old, which actually is crazy that that's how young he was. I didn't realize.
Which this movie was 93, so I was 9. So he was a little older than me, so I could like.
You were
can
9
like-
in 1993?
Yeah, I was 4.
5.
I mean, we know the age difference, Kyle.
Sorry.
So
it's just
anyway-
when you say it, sometimes it makes me feel super young.
So he's 12 and he basically gets hurt. He breaks his arm. And when they like set his arm in the cast, something like crazy happens
Yeah.
where it then like snaps forward in a way that's not natural. And it makes him able to throw like a 90 per hour fast pitch.
Yeah.
It's just like the most absurd
when they
thing.
take the cast off,
He's stuck.
they ask him. The doctor asks him to move his arm, and he hits the doctor in the nose
Oh, yeah, he
and
makes
like
him bleed.
breaks
Yeah,
the doctor's
yeah,
nose.
yeah, yeah.
But the one thing I remember in the movie, I don't know if it's a sound effect, when he would pull the arm back,
Yeah,
would
it cranks.
It was like,
Yeah.
like it would like
It
fire
was
up, like it was
definitely a
ready
sound
to
effect.
like release.
Actually, talking about kid actors, do you realize who this guy is?
Yeah.
Rudiger?
American Pie.
Wasn't
He's
that his
from
name?
American Pie.
Yeah.
No, it's like it's
Henry
in my head, it's
Rowan-Gardner.
Rottweiler. Yeah, it's
But doesn't he always call him
Rowan-Gardner.
Rudiger, the coach?
The
Oh,
manager.
he messes up his name. Yes,
Rowan-Bagger.
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, he becomes this like prodigy because his cast was set weird, and he can now throw this crazy fast pitch, and he becomes a rookie. They draft him to the Cubs. Forget the fact that he like
Just signs him.
doesn't
They
go
just
to
sign him
school.
right out of the bleachers.
Yeah, they just sign him.
But do you remember how they see it?
He throws it
Because
back.
he throws it back.
He throws the home run ball back, and and the catcher
Yeah.
from center field, the catcher's
And
like,
talk
whoa.
about sound effects. In my mind, there's like a zip.
Yeah.
Like
And then
Every
the
time.
whole stadium at Wrigley just
Quiets
everyone's
down.
quiet, and they look at him, and he's like looks back at his arm, like I just visualize.
and
all
they
the heads
zoom
snap.
in and they zoom
Yeah.
in really tight to his face.
Yeah.
But this is what I mean. Like the amount that we remember, assuming that this is right, is crazy.
I know.
Yeah.
Also, I think that the reason why people loved it, this wasn't my dream, but I get it, was that when you're a little kid playing Little League, getting drafted to the majors is the dream.
For sure.
You know nothing else.
Dude.
You're like, I'm going to be a famous baseball player. So then you watch this movie and you're like, it's possible.
It could be me.
Yeah, like
I
I'm
just
gonna
have to
do it.
break my arm.
Totally. So I think that this one is a little bit of like also underdog, but like aspirational for kids.
Yes.
So
And
that's
then-
probably why we loved it.
He had the bad stepdad again.
Did he?
He had a bad stepdad who wanted to be his manager, who was taking advantage of him, and
Yeah.
it was the mom's boyfriend or mom's. They weren't married.
They were
They
separated.
were, yeah. And
Yes.
so he was trying to take advantage of him, and then that's when Gary Busey comes into the picture
He's
as
the
like.
pitcher. He's like the old washed up
He's like
pitcher.
kind of gross.
Yes, but also falls in love with the mom, and he ends up being a good guy at the end. Also has a good arc where this kid changes his perspective and being like,
Yeah.
I don't need to be an
He
ornery
didn't
old
like the kid
asshole.
because the kid was coming in to take over,
Yes.
and like
then he ended up
Yes.
learning a lot
found
from
the
the
love
kid.
of the
Well,
game
that
again.
always happens. We
But
always
Gary
come around.
Busey being the male hero in a movie is
It's
just like
psychotic.
not
Really
okay.
weird.
Okay, so he's obviously known for erratic behavior. I didn't remember this, but the erratic behavior started happening after he got in a crazy motorcycle accident that caused a severe head injury. I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't
because
either.
that happened in the 80s, so we only know him as crazy Gary Busey.
Yeah.
But apparently that is what plays a role in it. And then by the time Rookie of the Year was filmed, he was already known for being a fucker in Hollywood. So like they cast him knowing that, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And on this set, nothing bad happened, but he was later accused for sexual misconduct in other scenarios. So like they didn't know it at the time, but like he's a creeper and he's already a fucker. And they're like, this is going to be our hero. It's like, crazy. What a bad casting call.
Well, but the thing is in that movie, I love Gary Busey.
Of course,
like he does it so well, and it's.
Well, he takes the kid under his like.
I know, and it's like so sweet.
You see him become
and like
that father figure.
The dichotomy of like who he is as a public persona, and then this character is like too stark. I have to separate them. Also, like they're different people.
Do you know who Daniel Stern is? I didn't know
he's from Home Alone.
Did he act in it? He directed
he was one of the Wet Bandits. Him and
Wait,
who is
he?
Not Joe Pesci.
No,
his buddy.
Marv.
Marv is a director. I think he only acted really in Home Alone.
I'm sorry.
He's acted. He was the pitching coach in this.
You're right, but he directed this. So what it says is his work directing Rookie is often overlooked, probably because he's not really seriously considered a filmmaker, but also people think of him as the goofy Home Alone character.
Yeah.
So,
but he was goofy in this.
I know, but he directed this.
Him as the pitching coach when he gets locked in the cage during the playoff game.
Or in between the
hotel doors.
The hotel doors. Was
he
the
always
best
had
one.
like the big sunflower seed in his mouth.
I thought there was a Sunmo about him not being an actor and being behind the scenes more and like moving that way after the 90s.
Oh, this is so funny. They consider, like, when I was looking up millennial impact, like, how do we remember these things? They say that there's a holy trinity of kids get pro job movies, like Little Big League, Blank Check, and this one.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Blank Check, he doesn't get a big job, though.
No,
he just
but
gets rich.
as like an 8-year-old kid, he kisses
he's like
the
an
smoke
adult.
show adult, which is
but in
weird.
that sense, Richie Rich should be on that list.
That's a good point.
Richie Rich
is a great one.
Having a roller coaster in your backyard?
Yeah, McDonald's in your house. Yeah, we talked about this before. Richie Rich also left kind of
real quick before you move on. The one thing in Rookie of the Year, I love that movie, watched it a million times. It was like one of my sick day movies. One thing that I hated was towards the end when he's trying to get through the game to get them into the playoffs or win the pennant or whatever it was. He's having trouble on the mound. And he falls. He runs out, slips on the ball, and his arm is back to normal.
Yeah.
And he like bounces it in, right? So then he's sitting there on the mound. He's like, how am I going to get out of this? And the crowd was crazy. And he like goes to put his hand in his glove, and there's tape. And he pulls the tape back, and he sees his mom's name because his mom kept telling him his dad was a great baseball player.
Yeah.
But it was actually her. She is in the stands, hundreds of feet away. And he looks up, and he's like, Mom, was it you? And she's like, yeah, it was me. They were talking to each other from hundreds of feet away. Like they're like he can even see her from that far away.
Wait, that's
I hate that.
Clearly, someone who's worked in baseball has been thinking about this a lot.
Because I didn't care. I was like, I'm so glad it's the mom.
And
that actually is
like,
so true.
Then she's like, just float it.
Yeah, just
and he's
float
like,
it.
oh, yeah, okay. Like, I'd be like, Mom, what do you, I can't see you. What are you talking about?
Well, she was a softball player. That's what she wanted to float it. But like,
then he
that
floated
doesn't
it and
apply
struck
here.
out the big bully.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because he
you
was
got
like,
nothing, kid.
You
know it, and I know it.
Do you think Brandon's excited about this topic?
I mean,
I don't even
can't.
think we need to be here.
No,
like,
we
do you
don't.
want to
He could
be
just
alone?
narrate. Have you ever seen, you guys don't typically watch these shows, maybe you did the Parks and Rec episode where Chris Pratt, they like lose cable and he just acts out all these movies.
No, that's
so like funny. What Brandon wants to do.
He does. He loves to
From the beginning.
Pull out the quotes. Also, speaking of narrating, the other thing I didn't know that Daniel Stern is known for is he's the narrator of the Wonder Years.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you? Oh, you say that like that's a known
Daniel,
thing?
I know Daniel Stern.
remembers everything.
He just like is a big Daniel Stern
IMDb.
fan. Like who
well,
knew?
you know why? Because he is now a farmer, and I was trying to get him on our podcast.
Oh, that's so funny.
So I was doing some research on
He
him.
would be a farmer, actually.
He seems like a really cool dude. I'd love
He
to get
actually
him
does
on.
seem nice because I watched something where he was interviewed recently.
Yeah,
Sunday morning.
About-
CBS Sunday mornings.
Oh,
That's
was
what
it
I
about
was
Home
talking
Alone?
Yes.
So that's Sunmo to me. So I did reference that earlier, and I was like,
But no one
one's
knew
gonna
what you
know
were
that
talking
means.
about. Yeah.
Yeah, CBS Sunday mornings.
Sunmo.
Don't use like cool news lingo with us.
It's not cool news
Peasants.
lingo. It's like nerd lingo if you're really into Sunmo.
I'm not.
It's the best news show.
I don't watch any news, no offense. So, I mean, I consume it via like newsletters.
Well, Sunmo's not even
and-
like real news. It's just like interviews with people. And then like random
Honestly,
shit.
that's
Like
the
they'll go
kind
to
of
like
shit I like.
they'll go to like a kite farm. And it's like, I had no idea there was a kite farm. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy stuff.
I don't know what are you saying?
Well, it's just like cool kites. Or like this really big air balloon festival. Or like they do cool things.
Cool.
Yeah, I know. Go.
Cool.
Just keep going.
Cool in quotes. Okay. So next movie, I'm actually going backwards in time because this was 92. This one is a favorite in a different way, but it's A League of Their Own.
Yep.
And this is like one of those movies that is actually really like female empowerment in a way that's not like in your face, but super inspiring, relatable. And the craziest thing about this, which I was really shocked to find because we obviously watched it not in real time, is that it wasn't really a hit at first. Which is nuts to me. Yeah, it becomes a cult classic over time. For those that haven't watched, if you haven't, you're a loser.
No, you have to
I will
watch it.
explain
It's so
it to
good.
you. But it's set during World War II. So the men are sent off to war. And of course, dumb America is only worried about
Entertainment.
How are we going to fill these baseball slots? Because it is America's pastime. We're fucking fat, which, by the way, Harvey, the chocolate maker, is the one in charge. So this is like true representation of how fucking losery we are. We're like,
I don't think it's losery. I think they were trying to give the people something happy during wartime.
That is actually what it is. I just want to make fun of them. Okay. So set during the war, these men go off to war. And so basically it starts where the scout is going
based
around.
on a true story.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
I
That's
guess
why it's also so amazing, is because it's just like this cool thing that I don't think a lot of people realize unless you were there.
In the museum at the end, I'm pretty sure it's the real photos of the women.
Yeah.
And I think there's something at the end of the movie where
they all get together.
All play together.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's really
and
cool.
that was
During the credits, it's the real League of Their Own.
No, you know what? It's not during the credits. It's when they go back in the movie to play at the anniversary.
Yes.
And it's the real women.
actresses are aged, but the other women are
Yes.
real
Are the
players.
real baseball players.
Yes. So that is super cool.
And Tom Hanks.
And okay, so let's talk about Tom Hanks. I need to finish the synopsis. We're getting way too excitable. Okay. So it starts with this scout going around and talking to all these women who are good baseball or softball players. Can you shut up? Like, I actually want you to leave the room. It's like, can I have my moment?
Well, it's also they do open
Sorry,
calls,
you do love
right?
this movie. You do love this
movie. So they do open calls, but he also goes and scouts people. And the two main women are these sisters, Dottie and Kit. And Dottie is the talent, but she says she won't come without Kit. So
And Kit's like the scrappy one.
Kit is scrappy, and she's good when she's good, and she's bad when she's bad. Which honestly, I really relate to Kit.
Totally.
And she's usually bad when it's high pressure situations, which is me.
Yes.
Kit is me. I am Kit. So they join the All American Girls Baseball League, which. That song, I won't, but I can sing it right now. Yeah. Every single word. And they go.
Do it.
No, but the coach, we can maybe do it for the bloopers at the end. Yeah. But the coach is Tom Hanks, and they join the Rockford Peaches, which I think is the real name of one of the teams. So I think that part is actually like pretty true to form, and it becomes this like movie about sisterhood. But the thing that I didn't know is that there are so many things in this movie that Tom Hanks ad-libbed, including there's no crying in baseball. That was not in the script.
Wow.
Really? Yeah, so he's a genius. He was just like fucking around going off script, and it's the best moments in the movie.
Well, he's supposed to be like a drunk asshole because he couldn't go to war because of an injury. So he's pissed and feels like a pussy now that he has to coach all these women.
Speaking of pissed, for some reason, the scene of him peeing for like a full minute is burned in my brain. When I think
Madonna
of Tom
starts
Hanks,
timing it.
Literally, it's the best scene. Also, we don't need to get into it, and I only read the headline. Don't know any details, but did you see Tom Hanks' daughter came out and said she was abused?
Yeah, but by the mom or something.
But that is still not cool.
No, I know.
Okay,
no, it's definitely not cool.
Yeah, maybe Tom
I
didn't
thought it was
lay a
Tom
hand.
Hanks, and I was like,
but
oh my God.
I'm sure he knew that she was beating her.
I have no idea what happened.
Okay, we need to read up on it because
I know.
Tom Hanks is one of those guys like Will Smith that I'm like, if we can take down Tom Hanks, we can take down anyone. Like if he's not
he can do no
pure-
wrong.
Because when Will Smith came down, that like felt really sad to me.
I don't like Will Smith anymore though.
I hate him.
I'm never gonna forgive him.
But here's the thing: he's a little bitch and he's a weirdo, and their open relationship. Like now that I know more, I'm like, fuck you, Will Smith. I don't want to feel like that about Tom Hanks.
I can't. Feel
I think
like
we might at some point. Also, she came out, but there's other kids that are also famous in Hollywood. Can we just ask them? Chet and the other one that looks just like him,
Chet
Colin.
just hit the scene big time.
Chet's in Running Point with Kate Hudson
Yeah,
now.
he was great.
He
But
had
this
a
is my
bad
point.
drug problem.
Are they going to
He
speak up?
he thanked his parents. Said they stuck by him.
Yeah.
It's what real love
Time
is,
out.
and they got him out of it.
She's dead, right?
The mom?
Yeah.
Yes, Tom Hanks' ex-wife. But I think
Oh,
Tom Hanks
that's
is
the mom?
The mom, yeah.
Not-
So he got divorced early from that chick's mom. And
Oh,
I
it's
think
not. Is Kelly Preston John Travolta's wife?
Yes.
She's dead.
Rita Wilson
I'm
is Tom
so
Hanks'
confused.
second wife.
Wait, I'm sorry. So she's not
Oh, I
accusing
didn't
Rita
know
Wilson?
No, she's accusing the dead mom, and that's why I think it's coming out now. And Tom Hanks' biggest thing, I think, was leaving the kids with her. And I think that's kind of the issue.
Okay,
Got
so
it.
justice for Tom Hanks. Fuck his
It
ex-wife.
doesn't mean that he's good
In the
for
grave.
leaving them in a bad situation, but I think she's
He's
sort of
not like around them in the home, allowing it. He left.
Right. The ex-wife, they got divorced and some of the kids stayed with the mom. And he moved on with his life with Rita Wilson.
Oh, see, this is why you don't just like report the news based on a headline. In my mind, Rita Wilson is the devil. And also, she was Kelly Preston in my head, so she was dead.
Right.
Okay,
No,
I'm
that's
so
not it.
I'm so glad we cleared this
Yes.
up. Okay, so anyway, Tom Hanks is a genius, even if he's a bad person, because he basically ad-libbed all the best parts.
Yes.
The other thing that I didn't know, which makes sense if you think about it in like modern times, is that Madonna being cast was super controversial.
Super controversial.
So
I remember
Madonna
that.
and Rosie O'Donnell, for those that don't know, are like side characters, but they're main characters. And they're
Right.
two of the women on the team with the main characters that get a lot of airtime.
Mm-hmm.
Rosie O'Donnell actually like was a star at the time, like a
Yes.
real actress. And Madonna, people were like, oh, you're just like putting this dumb pop star in for like, because she's famous, not
Right.
because she's talented. And at the time, people ripped her. But in retrospect, when people watch back, she's actually like applauded for her performance.
No, she was great in that
fantastic.
movie.
Right. And like good as an actor, regardless of the fact that she's a pop star. Like
Yes.
she was very good. Actually, she
was
one of
objectively
the,
great.
She was one of the best parts of that movie. Her and Marla Hooch are
Marla Hooch
so
is the
Marla
best.
Hooch is like the best part. So for those that haven't seen, but you have because everyone's seen this movie, they go to watch her, and her dad is clearly a single dad who like didn't
Loves his
help,
daughter.
adores her,
It's
didn't
so-
help her
it, like,
become a
warms my
woman
heart.
in like a
Yeah.
traditional way. And it's so funny because the scout is actually really funny when he comes and sees her, and she has a baseball hat on, and like her hair is covering, and he like takes the hat off, and her hair and her face is like busted, and he's like, ooh, like he like can't help himself but be like alarmed by how much of a monster she
Yes.
is. But then she finds love.
Yes. And then also I love it when they introduce them on camera and Marla's like
She's like
100 feet away.
and she also has like a
she,
crazy
like, waves.
smile.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks maniacal because
Everyone's
she
like
just doesn't
close
know.
up. They do all the pretty ones, like
Well,
the
they
blonde
have all the
one
makeup.
was beautiful.
Yeah.
And then Marla's literally in the outfield.
Well, that was the other thing that I loved about that movie was they had those like hot outfits, but then they were like so badass when they were sliding
Yes.
that they would have like crazy strawberries to the point of like gushing blood.
Well,
Yeah.
and that was the thing is a lot of them didn't want to be like the pretty girl. Like even
No.
the blonde one was like, yeah, fine, whatever, but like I'm here to play baseball.
Totally.
So it was like for us little girls, it was like, fuck yeah.
yeah.
You know?
Well, it's actually one of the first sports movies ever until that time where women were not sidekicks. They were the story. So that's
Yeah.
why people like are so attached to it.
Yeah.
And like I said, it became a cult classic. This, I have no idea what this means. So maybe you guys have heard this. It says there was a 2022 Amazon reboot that reignited interest, sparking talks about inclusivity, race, and queer stories. So we've now made it again, like resurface in
Too
like
woke.
a PC
It was a
way.
women's story. Why do we have to wokeify it?
That's what I'm saying.
like
Like,
so
I didn't
annoying.
even know that
Just
it was
leave it.
I didn't even know there was a reboot though.
Me neither. We don't need to.
The other thing that I always found so cool was that Dottie was played by Geena Davis, and I
Yeah.
never knew any celebrities with the name Geena, but she spells it stupid.
Yeah.
So I was like, I love to hate it.
Yeah.
You know?
She was a badass in it. The end, spoiler, 33 years later, if you haven't seen it.
Right.
Do you think she drops the ball intentionally when Kit runs her over at home plate?
You
Yes.
fucking.
Oh, 100%.
The fact that that is literally
Right,
the
we
whole
all know that.
point. Okay, so let's catch people up.
Also, Geena, for that reason,
Davis or Mim?
Davis. But Geena also has
Geena
a lot of these
spelled badly.
qualities.
Yeah. She's a leader.
No, she's a leader, and also she's super kind to her sister in a way. And when she has to make the decision because her husband comes back from war and she leaves,
Yeah.
I was devastated.
No,
Yeah.
I was crying.
It's like,
I
what are
was
you
Also,
doing?
who's that guy?
upset.
Who's that actor? We know
Bill
him.
Pullman.
Thank you. He's dead, right? He's from Casper.
No, he's not dead.
You're thinking
Why
of the guy
am
from
I
Apollo
killing
The
13.
one from
everyone?
Twister is dead.
And
Thank
Apollo
you.
13.
Bill Paxton.
Bill,
That's actually
Bill Pullman was the president in Independence Day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
he was
yes.
also in While You Were Sleeping with Sandra Bullock. Another
That
one
one
of
I
my
never
faves.
saw.
Oh, it's so good.
And I love Sandra Bullock. I need to
You
add
need
that
to
the
see that.
list.
It's really good.
Wait, so for those again that don't know, the crazy thing about not Geena, what's her name in the thing, Dottie and Kit,
Yeah.
is that Geena ends up leaving and then coming back, but Kit gets traded.
Yes.
So the whole time they're on the team together, and then like it's like pretty devastating. I don't know why. It's not like she's like going somewhere forever. I was just like devastated that they were separated.
Me too.
And then at the end, Dottie has always outshone Kit. Kit always like shits the bed. I
In her
almost said pisses
shadow,
the bed.
yeah.
I'm like thinking of my kids. Shits the bed in the big moments, and they have this like final like bake off where she's running towards
It's an inside
home?
the park home run, I think.
Yeah, and she
They
Dottie
tell her to stop at third.
clearly doesn't catch it on purpose, so Kit
No,
can
she
be the
catches
hero
it
and drops it.
They get then it's slow motion of the collision, and then you see the
loses
glove.
the ball, and
the
it
glove
rolls
hits the
out.
ground, and the ball
I
rolls
actually
out.
can just think about the shot. It's just the glove,
And
Yep.
the ball
and it
rolls
just
out.
rolls
Over top,
slowly.
and the ball just rolls out.
Yeah, so Geena Davis is a hero on and off screen. She also started a research institute that focuses on gender in media. So she like took forward the Dottie of it all. She's like actually a hero for women.
Geena Davis.
Love
her.
She's great. And then I didn't know who's Lori Petty. So she's another actress in the movie, and it said she became a queer icon, and she was in Orange Is the New
that's
Black.
Kit.
Oh, yeah, she is an Orange is the
is
New
she
Black.
gay in real life? She must be if she's a queer icon, right? Because I like didn't see her really in anything again until Orange Is the New Black. And then Madonna, like I mentioned, and then Rosie O'Donnell, it was like defined her persona as like kind of the fat funny friend.
Yes, but
which
then who is
the
blonde one with the kid? I loved her.
her.
No
She
crying in
died.
baseball. Oh, she did?
Well, no, in the movie.
Oh.
Because remember, her
Yeah.
kid comes back
her
as an
kid comes
adult,
back.
and Geena Davis's character Dottie's
was like,
"Where's
stop
your
killing
mom?"
actors.
No, she's like, "Where's your mom?" And he's like, "Well, mom died."
Oh,
and
yeah.
da-da-da-da.
Oh my God, it's heartbreaking.
I don't know who the actress is though,
Me neither, but
she was hot,
She was so funny
and she was
too.
like nervous, and Tom Hanks was so mad.
The
at
kid
her.
was like
mad at her.
the chubby kid that
Yeah.
always annoyed Tom Hanks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was always eating candy.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
chocolate was like always being stuffed in his face, and he's
Yeah.
like really fat.
Yes.
That movie I could talk about forever.
Or when the woman's husband died and Tom Hanks
No.
comforts her. That was heartbreaking.
Well, so that
because
was-
they would come in and they'd have to read
Tell
the
you.
telegrams.
Yes.
Yeah, they'd have to tell you. Well, and there's a point where Dottie thinks it's her.
Yes.
And it's the woman next door. Like
Yeah.
when they're staying in that house. And then Kit gets traded like right after that.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
she leaves. She's so emotional.
Roller coaster of
Then she
emotions.
comes back. It is so well done.
It's
It's a
so
really
well
good
done.
movie.
like should we clap? Like I am
Tom Hanks'
obsessed with
character
this
in
movie.
that, the arc throughout the plot
Yeah.
is
I
pretty
think
awesome.
I have to upgrade this to my number one.
It's
I'm just
so good.
impassioned.
It's honestly just I want to watch it. You need to show it to Charlotte. Also, Charlotte was
A League of Their Own.
She was a
we
Rockford
did that
Peach
for
when she was, like,
Halloween.
one
I
or
didn't
two.
think about that year. One of the girls that worked with me sent me a picture of her dog dressed up in the same Rockford Peach outfit. She's like, my sister dressed up my dog in the same costume as your kid. So
Wow.
I've tried to wipe it from my memory because she shamed me.
Charlotte looks so cute.
She was adorable. Actually, we should post that on Instagram. Bring it back. Anyway, let's talk about Sandlot.
Yes.
So this one, again, I'm like reluctant to love. And
This is
I
my
don't
number
know
one.
why.
That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, so
And I think it's a lot of people's number one, and I feel the same way you do.
Why is that?
I don't know why it bugs me so much, but there are certain moments that bother me about that movie that it doesn't give me like the tingles like the other ones.
You know
do.
what it
Thank
is?
you.
You know what it is? It is the peak summertime vibe where we would do this in my neighborhood where we would all meet in like my backyard, which joined with 3 other backyards, and we'd play football, we'd play baseball, but it was like all the kids in the neighborhood.
did you play running bases? That's what I did.
Pickle?
And capture the flag.
We play
yeah.
rundown or pickle,
A
whatever
lot
you
of
call
capture
it.
the flag.
It's running bases, but yeah. So wait,
Release. We called that release.
The Sandlot, I think maybe just appeals more to men. I don't know. But
Yeah.
So basically Smalls comes to a new neighborhood. He's the main character. His name is Scotty Smalls. I didn't even remember his name was Scotty. And he forms these friendships with these like backyard baseball players, and they
but
get
he's
into
also like kind of
mischief.
like a nerdy loser who doesn't know how to play baseball at first.
But he lies and says he does.
Yes, and then he looks like an idiot.
Actually, speaking of getting a broken nose, doesn't he get hit in the face in the first? That's like
he gets hit in the eye.
how he's exposed. Oh, the eye.
And then
yeah.
they put the meat on his eye.
Yes. So he joins this baseball team. He lies about his ability. They play in this field that is backed up against this guy's backyard who has this dog called the Beast.
Yeah.
And to your point, I think the Beast gave me more anxiety than I want to
It gave me
admit.
yeah.
Like he was scary as fuck.
I didn't like that.
Yeah,
But
I
that
don't-
was their challenge. I think that's what frustrated me.
Well, and so what happens, the whole premise is that they lose a ball to the backyard. They're afraid of the Beast. So this kid goes home. He has no idea who Babe Ruth is. He thinks Babe is a woman. He's like, oh, I brought Babe Ruth's ball. They then lose it in the backyard. And then they're like, that was signed by Babe Ruth, you fucking moron.
The Great Bambino?
The Great Bambino. And he's like, who is she?
That's the same guy?
Yeah, like, so anyway, he's just, to your point, he's a poser. And he gets like...
Well, and he also, not only does he want to be cool and make new friends, but you could tell he was a loser before. The stepdad is, he feels so much pressure to be cool for the stepdad.
Dennis
Because the
Leary-
stepdad, I think it is Dennis Leary, is a huge baseball fan, which is why he has the signed Babe Ruth ball.
Yes.
So he's like, I need to
He's
impress my
trying
new
to be-
stepdad
Yeah,
and
Dennis
also
Leary.
make friends.
Yes.
And it's like a lot of kid anxiety that I feel, I think that's why I don't like it, is I feel really bad for him.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
But there are really good characters.
Yes.
So Benny the Jet, is
Benny
that his
the
name?
Jet.
Is the main
He
cool
was like
kid.
hot.
He's
I had
the
the biggest
stud.
Okay,
crush
so
on him.
let's talk about scandals. He got into a legal incident in 2015. I think him and a bunch of other firefighters, because I guess he became a firefighter
Yeah,
in
he
his
did.
adult life, like beat up on some guy. He's like a dick. And people
maybe
were
the guy
really
was asking for it.
people were
We don't
really
know.
upset about it because they like think of him as
Benny.
Benny. Yeah. It said he was involved in a 2015 off-duty incident that got legal attention. Oh no, it doesn't say what it is. I think they just like beat someone up. I remember
It's a bunch of
reading it.
firefighters probably drinking beers. That happens.
That's what I'm saying. He's like kind of like a bro. And then Squints was the one that. So
I
Big
love
glasses.
Squints.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Wendy
that
Peppercorn.
scene is so popular. This is the thing I was rolling my eyes about. People are saying now, in retrospect, watching it back, it's like not right in terms of consent. That he kissed her, he tricked her into kissing him, and she like didn't consent.
Yeah, well,
was
guess what? They
12.
got married and had 10 kids. So
What?
Yeah, he made.
Is that the ending?
He
Yeah.
married Wendy Peppercorn. That was
Oh,
like in the
that's-
narration at
I think
the
it's
end.
Pepper.
Is it Pepper?
I think it's Pepper.
it might be Pepper. Honestly, Brandon has a better memory than us, which sucks.
I know, it's like so annoying.
It's really annoying.
Well, and there's just so many like famous quotes like "You're killing me, Smalls," and "Legends never die," and
Yeah.
like there's just so much that people bring forward.
And I don't hate this movie, but it is the one I want to watch the least. But when it is
Totally.
on, I will sit and watch it because it's something that like my niece and nephews or nieces and nephew love now.
Yep.
And like it's a family movie. Like I'll watch it with my cousins because we used to do that when we were
We
kids.
actually
like-
watched it recently in Newport.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Because Wes has been
No,
really
because
into it.
Brandon saw it and was like, "Let's watch Sandlot," and then
that-
made everyone watch
that
it.
that actually tracks a lot.
They have come back together for anniversaries and people go
Yeah.
nuts. And then Brandon actually, when he was at the Yankees, did a whole spoof on what
It was
scene?
the whole Babe Ruth when they all yell it. I had Brett Gardner play Scotty Smalls, and then I had like CC and DD. I had all the Yankees players at the time play the different characters, and it was the scene when the ball went over the wall. So we did it as like a little
They
commercial.
couldn't have been worse actors, but it was a cute concept.
Yeah, it was good.
Very cute concept.
Oh, but do you also remember Ham Porter? Patrick Renna did
Oh, he did a video for me.
for you.
Yeah, so the thing about Ham Porter, Patrick Renna, is that he sort of got typecasted and could never like get away from Ham being his identity.
He looks like the 45-year-old version of like he
Turned
looks
into
the
the-
same
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
Ham Porter, but he does a lot of really funny golf content and stuff
Does
on
he?
social media.
But
He's
he
really
never
good.
really was in more movies and was successful. That's the thing. It kind of weirdly ruined his career
Yeah.
because he could never be anything but Ham Porter.
Who was the neighbor? Because he ended up not being a scary guy at all. He just had a scary
James
dog.
Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones. Thank you. That's his
It
name.
was James Earl Jones.
Yes.
Whoa.
And
don't
I
remember
loved
that.
it when
The best
Scotty went
voice
over and
in the
talked to
history.
him and finally realized that he wasn't scary and he was just like this cool old like baseball guy.
And he was asking about Babe Ruth. He's like, "Oh, George." He's like, "You knew him?" He's like, "Yeah, I played with George."
Yeah.
He played, and he was blind because he got hit with a fastball and knocked his lights
Yes.
out.
Oh, he was blind?
Yeah.
See, again, nothing is sticking.
And so he was like grabbing another
The
ball
whole
to give
the
him.
whole scene where they're doing all the different contraptions to try to get the ball back is
I
like
love that
so
scene.
funny.
Yeah.
That kind of
You
reminds
got
me.
it. Pull it up.
That kind of reminds me of like that movie Jack for some reason. Like they're in
Oh,
the
yeah.
tree house and like, wait, I just found this. This is why I remember feeling offended by it. So the guy who plays Benny, he was involved in an assault. They left the man in a coma. It's like
that's
not
bad.
a joke. Like
Yeah.
he's a dick.
Oh, fun fact: at the very end of the movie, when Scotty Smalls is the announcer and Benny the Jet is playing for the Dodgers, and he looks up at Scotty and gives him the thumbs up when he scores the game-winning run. That is Benny the Jet, that actor's actual older brother.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
that was on Instagram recently.
Yes.
The guy that played Smalls stayed acting and like never reached big heights, but was like in Black Hawk Down and a couple things. But in 2013,
Yeah.
he was arrested.
Yeah.
Did you know this?
He just recently got in trouble too.
Oh.
Fighting over like with his neighbor over a trash can or something like that.
That
Whoa.
is so
Angry old man
lame.
vibes. I hate that.
Well, in 2013, he was he wasn't allegedly arrested. He was arrested for allegedly headbutting a police officer at an
Oh,
airport.
dang.
He's a psycho.
Yeah.
These guys are so aggro. It's like, what happened to these child
Well, there's
stars?
also, but that's the thing is like you see some child stars who end up being psychos, and then there's the Joseph Gordon-Levitt's of the world who
just
make it.
angels.
Yeah, so it just sort
the
of
outfield.
depends, not defends.
Either one. Are you defending them?
Defend.
Yeah. So, like I said, Sandlot probably someone else in this seat could talk about it for hours, i.e. Brandon. I'm like
Not allowed.
good on it.
Or like when they have the tobacco and they are at the
Carnival.
You know what my favorite part is actually when they flash forward. Like when Benny's a real baseball player. And like that's the most exciting thing.
The crazy thing is the end where Scotty Smalls' voiceover, and it's like where all the kids went.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
And
I
then like
just said.
it's like the shot, and then they like they fade out and they disappear. Like
Yeah. It's well done.
Whereabouts unknown, and
Yeah, which one?
that was the first baseman, the tall, skinny guy with the glasses. He was
Yeah.
kind of like a
Yes.
B character in it.
Yes, that was my favorite part. Is like, where are they now? Which is sort of what I like in my real life. You know what I mean? Like, I want to read a where are they now?
Oh, totally.
That's why I like it. So anyway, those are the only ones. Brandon, I know you're fucking itching to just like talk about a few more. So why don't you just give us a little?
No, there was little
highlights.
big league where the kid was bequeathed the ownership of the Minnesota Twins when his grandfather passed away, and he had to like run the team, and everybody thought he was a joke, and then he brings them all together and say, "Hey, baseball's fun," and they like win the pennant or whatever. Ken Griffey Jr. makes a appearance
Oh,
in that.
he was so famous at that time.
Yeah, that was the height of Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah.
Major League, which again we talked about, was like we were more adults when we would watch
Still
that.
a great movie. Wild Thing is
Unbelievable.
it's iconic.
But here's the thing.
So many lines.
Do you
that can
remember
be
the
used in
plot really well?
that. Yeah, the Indians were horrible. The owner, the chick, wanted them to be bottom barrel so she could like move them out of town. She wanted to get out of Cleveland.
Oh, see, I don't remember.
So then
any
the
of
Indians
this.
were like, no, they put all these like has-beens together, old players and all this stuff, and then they came together as a team, and they basically
were winning.
and they were winning.
and she was that blonde, angry woman.
Don't remember.
Do you remember the guy? He was he's now dead, but he was a fan in the outfield, and he said, "Hey, Wild Thing, you make my butt stink."
Yeah.
or whatever
Oh
it
my
was.
God, you would have loved
Quaid,
that as a little kid.
Randy Quaid. It was
Yes.
Randy Quaid.
Oh, yeah.
He's dead.
Yeah.
We gotta stop
See,
talking about
the
dead
ones
people.
that are dead
Surprise
me, and I'm killing everyone else that is alive and well.
Yes.
But then there was also Field of Dreams, The Natural. There was a bunch of like movies that were
Yes.
more. It felt more adult. The plot lines were slower. It wasn't like a kid
it wasn't targeted
movie.
towards kids.
But
Yeah,
it
it's not
made you
feel
like-
good like Angels in the Outfield.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
And we don't have enough time, unfortunately, to talk about all those.
yeah, we're way over. You want to get into the quiz?
Oh shit! Yeah, sorry.
Low expectations.
All right, so again, this is the same that I talked about last time I did the quiz, where a lot of our shit overlaps with the game shows
Got it.
because
Okay.
we are generationally like they watched it
Adjacent.
younger, we watched it older, kind of vibe.
Yep.
So I did just an overall Gen Z sports movies quiz.
I like that. That's
Okay.
a good angle. See, approved.
Thank you. So in Remember the Titans,
Okay.
which sport do the characters play?
Football. Don't insult
I just
me,
wanted to warm you
Kyle.
up with something easy.
Okay, fine.
Okay, which animated movie features surfing penguins?
Surf's Up.
Wow, how did you know that? I've never even heard of it. Which movie tells the true story of Michael Orr, a football player who overcame a difficult
Blindside.
childhood? Wow,
Come
all right.
on.
All right.
Kyle, I'm really butchy. Don't underestimate my baseball and sports.
What team does the
knowledge.
coach and Coach Carter lead?
Ooh, basketball.
Right, but what level?
High school.
Yes.
Oh, that I didn't know.
In Losing Isaiah,
Never heard of
what
it.
type of sports competition plays a part in the plot?
Track and field.
No, but interesting choice. It was one of the multiples. It's actually also basketball. In The Kissing Booth 2, what sport does Elle compete in at her high school?
Who's L?
I've never seen The Kissing Booth.
Neither, but that's
One or
gotta be
two.
that one that we like for no reason. Joey.
Oh, yep. Joey King.
Yeah. What sport? I think it's what she plays.
Yeah, her name's Elle. Well, I think she's Elle.
Tennis.
I'm using context. No. Track. I've never seen the Kissing Booth movies, but Gen Zers are super into those.
They love them.
They
Why?
love the Netflix
Should
movies.
we watch them just to get
I've
up to
seen
speed?
some of them, like To All the Guys of
Oh
Love.
yeah, I watched that
before.
first one. It was fine.
Yeah, but those are also way more Gen Z because they got to streaming in a way where
earlier than we did.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Which movie is about a sports agent who travels to India to find cricket players for Major League Baseball?
Wait, I actually know this. What is it? Can I have multiple choice?
Yes. C, Slumdog Millionaire.
No.
B, The Blind Side. Why am I going backwards?
I don't
I
know.
don't know. This is crazy.
D, A League of Their Own.
Bouncing all over
Nope.
the place.
A, $1 Million Arm.
$1 Million Arm.
Yeah, that's why, because the other ones are so obvious.
right. I wouldn't have got that though.
And that's my quiz.
Appreciate
You did
the
really
assist.
good.
Honestly, I'm really proud of you. That was a great quiz.
Thank you.
See, I can give positive feedback.
Well,
when
you
it's
also think it was a good
warranted.
quiz because I played by quote unquote your rules and you got them all right.
It's not my rules. They're the rules that we agreed on at the start of this podcast. And please don't make me fight with you.
These baseball movies, though,
Are these your final thoughts?
yeah, just electric. Just I think I watched, the Angels in the Outfield, Rookie of the Year, The Sandlots, more than any other movies as a
Agreed.
kid.
I think so too.
Well, there was something about sports movies, I think, that also were so much more attractive than just a regular, dumb animated movie.
Totally.
It was because it was something you could do.
But you know what's
Right.
weird? We haven't showed our kids any of these movies.
No, we need to. We need
Why
to start
haven't
doing
we?
that.
I mean, Geena, watch Angels in the Outfield, you'll cry. As an
Angels in the
adult, I
Outfield-
cried.
But I kind of feel like, are they too young for a League of Their Own yet?
League of Their Own might be a
So,
little.
okay. So
Well,
let's
they
start,
just might not want to watch
let's
it.
start Angels and Rookie, and then we'll build up to League of Their Own.
Yes.
Like, let's commit
Sandlot.
that
We
the
watched
next-
Sandlot with the kids,
Next
but
movie night, we are watching Angels in the Outfield. It is on Disney Plus, confirmed.
you don't want to watch Sing 2 again?
I think we're good on the Sings.
Okay.
Whoa, yeah.
I mean, we'll have to convince them, but I know how to influence them. All right. Well, final thoughts is they don't make them like they used to.
No, they really don't.
I'm
true.
like really disappointed that my kids don't have movies like this.
No, they're just so dumb because now it's streaming and it's same with our content though. Is like there's really fucking bad shows on Netflix. You could just churn them out because someone will watch them.
Yeah, but
so who
that's
cares?
not-
So it's not as high quality.
Quality has
yeah.
taken a hit, and I'm not happy about it.
No, I agree.
And I just love too looking back at these and seeing the monster cast.
Yes.
And being like, holy crap!
Matthew
Like the Matthew
McConaughey of it all
McConaughey
is
and
pretty
Adrian
cool.
Brody
It's
is like it's
crazy.
wild.
It's crazy.
Yeah, Adrian Brody is a real weird nugget.
And then like you said, Jonathan Love. What's his John?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Thank you,
Like
Jonathan.
every name you
Lovett
just
is-
said was wrong, but we appreciate the effort.
But like what he became, all
No,
the things
yeah.
he was in,
He's
and this was like his
incredible.
first thing. It was
Right.
kind of cool.
Yeah,
But then
I
you have the
agree.
Sandlot, where none of those actors really did anything.
No, I know, which
Just
is also
kept getting
interesting.
arrested. You know what I mean?
Well, same with like the Mighty Ducks.
Oh yeah,
We can do another version of just
Oh.
other sports movies.
Mighty
Because
Ducks
there's not
doesn't-
enough hockey
Mighty Ducks, by the
movies.
way, doesn't hold up either.
No,
Why?
it doesn't.
for another. Should we leave that on a cliffhanger?
Mighty Ducks should be like 1 and 2, and a 3 should be their own. I mean, mainly 1, but we
mean,
got to talk about that.
Says the hockey player.
Oh, should be their own podcast.
Gordon
I'm like, they
Bombay
are.
is literally like in
Gordon
court.
Bombay is really
He's in
iconic.
court.
But
he's
I wanna-
in court for being a drunk, and they're like, you know what? Your punishment is you got to go coach a bunch of kids in hockey.
Yeah, no. Also,
Inner
the fact,
city kids. Like what?
I want to get into the fact that he is Charlie Sheen's brother. Like,
Yeah.
there's so
Yeah.
much to talk about there on and off
All right,
screen.
Yeah.
let's cover that at some point.
Okay, that sounds great. So we're signing off. Next week, we have a real treat. And it's a treat for me and Kyle, not for Brandon. So hopefully it'll be a treat for everyone else.
Yeah,
as
it'll be a
well.
lackluster open, but I think you guys have a lot to say.
We
We
will
do.
set this place on fire. It's Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. Stay tuned. All right, so with that, we are the mustiest, the dustiest, crustiest millennials you ever did see. Bye.
That was crazy.
It went
Christ.
cockeyed.
Sure, it did.
Gina,
you tighten
can
up
you?
the crank? Also, you straight up stole my slippers. Am I just never getting those back?
Yeah, how'd you know those were yours?
Because I bought them.
Yeah, like
Yeah. And you're
Never mind,
disgusting.
You're a slobby bride. You left him. How do I crank it up? Oh wait, maybe this guy. Okay.
There you go. That's good.
I feel
Okay.
good about that.
So.